I can't believe it's been so long since I've talked about anything Magi related, but here we are on the fucking hype shit right now. That is $2.99 of Magi. Oh my god, we finally get to see what Aladdin's gonna be like. Timeskip after all these years, after all this waiting, after everything that we've been predicting, all that, we finally get to see that little bastard after everything that we've been wanting to see. So this is the thing with this, and I'm gonna be straight up with this. It's like, Panda, what happened to the Magi reviews? That's the first thing that people are going to be asking before the chapter. Well, okay, look, I ain't going to cut you guys. Like, I ain't going to like cut any bullshit with you guys. Look, that time skips in my eyes. I've read like a good part of it. I've been like looking at the rules here and there, and it's just like, this time skip has just been so boring. I'm sorry, but it's been so fucking boring. It's been like, not even that. We've been like in this like this little time skip little kabunk for like what 13 chapters at this point, like that, like ever since like Alibaba's returned, and all of it has just been non-interesting whatsoever throughout the entirety of it. It's like, I'm fine with like big info dump chapters, like every time they come around. I am completely fine with like finding out about the world, but it's like, we kind of already knew about the world, and it's like, you could have done this in a little bit less. I think we've been in this time skip since 283 of the manga. We had nearly been in this arc already, like with all this really boring Alibaba shit, for 17 chapters. I'm sorry, what? Over 3 months has it just been like non-really that in. There's a few golden gems here and there like on the story, but it's like a lot of this stuff like really doesn't have to say. I don't know if that's just Alibaba in general, like he isn't that very an interesting person to find this out with. Like, I don't know, because it seems to happen to Alibaba every time when he's on the boat, when he's doing like politic decisions, like all back in the day when he was trying to do that with Koa. It's like, there was some good stuff, like seeing like Cohen and all them again. There was a few decent moments for reading this, but I was like, oh my god, this times I feel, because I used to be the hypest thing on Manga. Like, I used to love this series. I was like, yeah, I'm riding die with Dagi there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And that's when it comes like to the final arc. I still feel those emotions when I was like, oh, the final arc's happening, man. But it's like, I haven't been able to feel anything for a while now in this series, and I just like, just seeing the reward text, and it's just like, it could have been so much better. It could have been so much better. But let's talk about the hype stuff that is actually in $2.99, and they did say we're going to be having a color page, so I'm hoping to see like Aladdin in like 300, because like all we saw in this chapter is a 300. So we do get to see Alibaba in this chapter go to the Coliseum of Rame. He gets to meet up with like kind of everyone up there, gets to meet up with Titus and Mu and all them, and we find out that they did abolish slavery. However, that doesn't mean that they got their own problems as well, because people are trying to bring back like the royal authority into the place, because it was like one of like, the people that are there like say like, oh, by the way, like so there's a guy that wants to restore this place to royalty, and it's like, yeah, it's like because of the ancestry, and it's like the son of the emperor, I believe, like is the Nerva, I believe is his name, and he's like trying to like get everything back from like Rame's like, nah, this is how the power should be ruled, like that. And if I remember correctly, like Nerva is that one that has like the short kind of hair, I imagine. I think like we saw only a little bit of him, so that's kind of interesting that he kind of just said, nah, fuck all you guys, like, I'm going on my own way and all that, because you didn't see him like next to like Titus and like Spintus and like all them, and that was kind of cool that Spintus kind of like joined like the Rame Empire like after all these years, like he's actually a consultant next to Mu and all them, and that kind of explains as well why you've been seeing the finalists going everywhere, why like the slavery's been abolished, and that's probably why you see like when you see like a bunch of the characters like Masur, like he's there with a bunch of like kind of like the finalist kids, and to know that they're doing this all without like, you know, saying like, we don't need Sinbad's help, we don't want to join this alliance and everything, and when they generally talk about like, you want to help like find Aladdin, it's like, Aladdin's in this world, and so is everyone else, and he's watching us beyond the place of the reach of the Magi like me or Yunnan or either Sinbad. And when you get to see him, it's like just a giant landscape. Like he's built a floating island on some Sonic shit. Like he's literally made like a new island, and you get to see Aladdin right there, and he goes Alibaba like that, and you see the silhouette of him on the back like that, and you see his other people like signing him like that. It's like you got 3 people there. Now, we know, like, so going by that stuff, like, we can already tell one of them's got to be Morgiana, one of them has to be Hakuryu. Like, that's the thing, is like, what you go in, and I'm trying to think, who, like, the other person that you would have over there? Like, would he have actually one of, like, Sinbad's people, like, alongside him? It's like, this is the stuff we've been wanting to see. I'm not saying we're supposed to see, like, fucking, like, Aladdin from, like, the first chapter of, like, the Timeskip. No, that's the thing. You can do your build-up, do, like, 3 weeks maybe of that, setting all this stuff up, but it's like, oof, we did not need to go through every single place to see how they're doing. It's like, Alibaba's like, hey, you're alright, let me try and sort out your politics for you. Let me sort them out in about 5 chapters. It's like, no, that is, no. Shouldn't be doing that shit right now. I mean, it could potentially be Jstars as well that's there, but it's like, would he really, like, would he have really, like, come back just to chill with Aladdin, of all people, like that? I mean, he was there with there was another guy there with the staff, so maybe that could be, although Aladdin and Jstars just being there, that's a very interesting one, just saying, like, yeah, let's just super fucking chill up here, but it's like, just the image is just Aladdin just overlooking everyone on this giant sky island. That's I swear to God, that's literally the island where fucking Knuckles keeps the Master Emerald. It's literally up there. I'm like, yo, he's doing this out of his own power, and this is the best way for people not to just go around and reach him by just building this giant fucking island. It's like, yo, who needs help? Like that. Who wants help from all that? And it's like, that is one of the questions right now. It's like, yes, that's what I want to see. And chapter 300 and all that has, like, oh, I can't wait for that. It's going to have a colour page and everything, and just to celebrate it. And it's like, I've been wanting to feel like this hype for Magi for such a long time. I mean, I love the show. I've got, like, every volume that's in, like, English production. It's like, when I'm getting that tired of Magi, when I don't want to pick up Magna Start volumes up anymore, and I'm like, I'm literally there at the bookshop just going, ugh. Like, just thinking, like, all the bad things, and then I look at Magna Start, it's like, oh, it's so fucking good. It's like, what happened, man? Like, Shinobu, I fucking love your work. I fucking respect it. But holy shit, I do not want to pick this up in volume form. Just going through dialogue and dialogue, like, nothing. It's like, but I am excited, and I feel bad because it's like, oh no, you're only excited because Aladdin's back. Yes, because something's happening. I hate to say that, but something's fucking happening in the series, and it shouldn't have to. All the other characters have to stand there on their own, and I've always said this, that Alibaba, out of the trio, out of Morgiana, and out of them, it's like, I find this week, it's like Morgiana going on her journey, I find very interesting when she was meeting Yuna and stuff. Although she's not like the most vocal character, everyone, she's really like Aladdin. Like, I love that training. Like, I loved when they were all going their separate sides and, you know, training and trying to find their own answers. I love that stuff. But it was like, just focusing on Alibaba this much, it's like, yo, it's like not even these other characters, not even Sinbad saying this stuff. I got super excited when I saw Sinbad, but it's like, Sinbad want to talk politics. You don't want to talk about murdering people. I'm like, nah. But honestly, like, just seeing some of the stuff though, seeing like Arba, and like, there was some hype stuff in there, like those chapters that we've had, those 17 chapters, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it's just been, like, just going through. It's like Hunter, when Hunter came back, it had like a dump full of just info dumps like that about things we don't, like, a place we don't even know about. It's like, so just imagine that, and plus adding to the fact that the inconsistency of the translations coming out, you get really burnt out on Magi. So honestly, I'm excited. I am really excited. I'm very much looking forward to the return. I'm going to be very scared that chapter 300 is going to be that, because I do want to bring back the Magi reviews. I really do. I'm reviewing Sinbad when that comes out, because, you know, Sinbad is fucking great like that. I love the Sinbad stuff, but it's like, we'll have to wait and see, and all that, like, if the manga keeps up with that. But I honestly say, like, even with this chapter, even not including like that bit, I've got to say we did find out some interesting things about Ray, and we're kind of coming to conclusion with them. And it seems like with what he's doing, he's now just going to be searching the place now for this giant, like, island, sky island, so he can get that Master Emerald off there. But overall, I did enjoy this chapter a lot. Like, I think it's still an info dump, but it was in more slightly interesting info dump that didn't take so long, because it was just like, well, we don't need to solve the coast politics right now. There's more important matters right now. But it's like, it's me. I'm done talking about the fucking Magi thing. It's hype. I'm glad we finally saw him. I just love that he's an adult now. I just love the fact that he's just Solomon. He's just Solomon now, and I love that thing, because that's what he should look like after the Timeskip. He looks fucking sick. So I'm kind of curious if they are like if the anime does come back to this, like are they gonna give him a new voice at all? Like are they gonna give him like a more deeper voice at this point? Because it'd be weird if he has like kind of that's still a very young voice. Like I need puberty to hit this motherfucker hard when he's looking like that. But that's all from me. I want to say thank you much for watching as always. I love the chat. I'm not really gonna give it a score too much to say like that because it's like I did like it, but then also as well like it's still not to the point where I'm like yes, like Magi's the fucking greatest again. It's just like Magi's getting hype again. Like, but overall, thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.